So the highly anticipated 8th profession has been announced. Guild Wars 1 fans put a big smile on your face because it is the Mesmer. So as we see a few of the skills in the background, I'm going to talk about some of the mechanics that have been released. So back in the day in Guild Wars 1, the Mesmer was a debuffing class, but now, due to new mechanics and new combat styles, for want of a better explanation, the Mesmer is an illusionist. When you come across a Mesmer, you'll be thinking, which one is it? He can make clones of himself, he can make phantasms of himself. What the hell's a phantasm, I hear you say? Well sir, a phantasm basically a clone, but a more powerful one. But clones and copies don't do much damage, that's why you do the damage, not your clones, and that's where mantras come in. Mantras have two phases. One is one that builds up the skill, and the other is one that unleashes the skill with an instant cast. And the awesome thing about mantras is that when you finally build up the skill and are able to cast it, you can cast it whenever you like. So if you're channeling a skill, like a beam or something like that, you can cast it whilst channeling the skill to add that extra bit of damage. Weapons! Since Mesmers are just total badasses, they can basically use every weapon they like. Magical, ranged, and melee. Your main hand, you have a sword or a scepter. In your offhand, you have a pistol, sword, torch, or focus. And you can also wield a greatsword and a staff. But I like the Guild Wars 1 Mesmer. Don't worry, if you love those dots and debuffs, the Mesmer has a new condition called confusion, where they can inflict confusion upon the enemy, which whenever they do damage, they take damage. But be careful when you're saying "come at me bro" to an illusion, because the Mesmer's illusions can have different effects on them. Mind Rack! Mind Rack destroys your illusions and does damage to opponents near them. Cry of Frustration. Cry of Frustration destroys your illusion and gives the confused condition to nearby foes. Diversion! Diversion also destroys your illusion and stuns the enemy near it. And last of all, we have Reflection. Reflection! Now Reflection, when it's destroyed, you'll put a barrier around your character which reflects enemy projectiles. So the Mesmer looks like it's going to be a really fun class to play. I'm personally going to play it in PvP, I think. I think in PvE it will still be fun, but I think you can trick people more in PvP and it'll be a hilarious class to play. It's all about dodging your opponent and tricking it so you can power up this one big attack. And talking about big attacks, I'm going to leave you with the best clip of all, in my opinion, which is this one. So, are you excited? Leave what you think about the Mesmer down below, and I'll see you next time.